Well, yes, it's they're regular slot machines, not VLTs.
I understand that,
But
with the table games, you have the same.
Oh yeah, not as many, but we have a poker room. I think we have about 16 tables for the poker. We have again the variety of the different slot machines. We have roulette, craps, blackjack, all the mix. Right. So this gives hopefully a perspective of what we have done. This building was built in 2008. It's on the original footprint of the old building, which goes back to the early 70s. But in terms of the level of quality, level of finishes, and also a perspective of how it's built capacity-wise, we have about a little bit over 700 seats overlooking the track, including the dining room. There's about 1,200 total seats there. Again, the capacity of people we're getting in there for day and night is about half of that capacity rate.
So your season with 200 days of racing begins when and ends when?
January 1 to December 30.
It's 50 weeks.
It's 50.
Yeah,
okay. And you race. You mentioned it. What days of the week do you race?
Right now it's Wednesday through Saturday. We raced on Mondays and Tuesdays, primarily at night for the Penn National Racing. So hopefully that gives you a perspective of what we've done at that facility and some of the elements we talked about last time.
Chris, what's your daily purse?
Right now, overnights are probably about the 140 to 150,000 range.
Yeah, so Mr. Chairman and members of the commission, the request was made to understand what our thought process was when we originally negotiated with the state for an incremental $75 million license fee and began the design of these two facilities. We met with representatives of the commission, we met with the Lottery Commission, we met with the State Building Commission back in November and presented some original plans. Those original plans were predicated on this experience at Penn National Racecourse and facilities that were sized based on that experience in light of the $75 million relocation fee that we had negotiated with the governor's office. We have since, based on input from the chair, based on input from staff, gone through various iterations of the building, various iterations of the site plan, but all with the goal of not affecting our construction timetable. We are very anxious to get these facilities built, to get these facilities open, to get them revenue producing for the racing industry, and get these jobs in the Mahoning Valley, and we'll get to Dayton in a moment, down in Montgomery County. So with that, I'd like to, you each have in front of you about an 11-page folder. As was requested last week, we've brought the full set of detailed plans, and we'll leave them. We're not going to ask you to review them today. These top two are the proposed Mahoning Valley Racecourse. So it'll give you a feel for the work that has gone into this, the fact that we are at a point now where we've started site work, we are ready to order steel, we're ready to begin construction on these facilities, and the last page of the packet that you have in front of you will see the schedule that we have been anticipating for the construction and development of this project. So with that, yes, sir.
The zoning and
they're done.
Approval, and that was done by whom? Whom did you appear?
The Austintown Township trustees and their planning commission.
And how long was that process?
I believe that process was 3 months, but that process was put in place. You'll see it on page 12. We've highlighted the major milestones in the schedule, and oh great. Mr. Chairman, we've got the zoning director from Austintown Township, if you don't mind, please.
But please identify yourself.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Darren Fagali. I'm the Austintown Township Zoning Inspector. My address is 90 Westchester Drive, Austintown, Ohio, 44515. CRIDELLI. Commissioners, when we were presented with this about a year ago and weren't receiving plans over the summer, preliminary plans, I made a determination that the property they're at is zoned as an industrial district. I made a determination that this would be a conditional use for approval of a recreational facility being the the Mahoney Valley project that you have before you. Our Board of Appeals on November 8th, after a public hearing, approved a conditional use permit to begin this process by a 5-0 vote. The Mahoney County Planning Commission vacated a portion of Latimer Road so as to facilitate this process, and they are in the process also of dedicating new right-of-way for the project, and they have their preliminaries from the Mahoney County Planning Commission. Their stormwater pollution prevention plan was approved probably in September or October, and in the state of Ohio, if you disturb more than an acre of soil, you need a SWIP, and theirs was approved, and I did ask them not to do any site work till we got the zoning straightened out, which they did, and then I think they started their site work in December. It's progressing, and we're obviously at this point where they're, I think, somewhat hesitant to pour footers until they get the blessing of this commission. But in terms of the zoning and in terms of the engineering and stuff, the township is satisfied where this project is, and obviously our elected officials support this project.
May I ask you a question? If there were to be changes to this plan, how expeditiously could the planning commission and the zoning?
If there were to be changes,
are you more expeditious than on the front end, or?
We would be. The only thing the commission needs to be aware of, on the south end of the property, there's a 200-foot natural buffer, and Penn National will construct a 30-foot landscape mounded buffer just north of that. And that goes back to a 2002 zone change request when this was zoned industrial, which it was originally going to be an industrial park. That we told Penn National from the very beginning that could not be disturbed because they abut a residential neighborhood. They obviously have 195 acres of approximately 105.
That would be Mr. Gerberry's neighborhood, right?
No, he's a little south of that. No. But he's within about a 5-minute drive of it.
Darren, I think the question may be if Penn decides they want to make some adjustments to the building layout, add some more seats, make a few changes.
Yeah.
Would there be any zoning impediments to
No,
doing
no.
that?
The conditional use has been approved. There was a number of approvals, one of them being that they had to comply with any directives of this commission or any other state commission that would oversee the overall facility. So if this commission were to tell them to adjust the site plan, we'd actually incorporate that into our conditional use process, with the only stipulation, once again, that southerly 230 feet is a buffer for residential. We don't want that disturbed. But if you tell them to move the building or do this or that, you know, we anticipated hearings such as this, and they have to comply with whatever this commission or any other state commission that oversees this would require for development.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,